I am going to show everybody a new tutorial on how to change a hidden settings file that's located in the save file for Minecraft 3DS Edition. It's located specifically in the external save data on the SD card. So these steps, you have to follow them exactly the way I do it. Otherwise, it won't work. And there have been unexpected issues and errors. I wouldn't recommend using this with worlds you put time and effort into, as this is experimental. So unknown things can happen. If you turn the settings too high, it could corrupt the world, for example. It is a risk. If you decide to follow this tutorial, you accept the risks that this is an unauthorized modification to your game, and that you are willing to accept the consequences of if something goes wrong. Basically, what I'm trying to say is it won't be my fault. You should back up your save data before you modify that. Anything that I show you today, you can do that by using FBI or using your 3DS settings. Now, I'm going to proceed with the tutorial. Okay, so now that you've obviously taken into consideration my warnings, basically what you need to do is go to extras in the H shop. And by the way, I don't condone piracy. This is simply a required step. Believe you go here, or maybe not. No, yep, you go to extras, you go to DLC activator for Minecraft New Nintendo 3DS Edition, and you'll install this. I've already installed it, but I'm going to reinstall it to simply show you how it's done. Now what you want to do is you want to close the H-Shop channel, okay? And you want to go ahead and find, see, I have a lot of stuff on my 3DS, so you want to go ahead and find, of course, the Minecraft DLC activator. I'm trying to look through it for it right now. Sorry, I have to look because there's a lot of things on here and I don't have folders organizing my stuff. That's my own fault. So what you do is you'll simply open this, and then it writes stuff to that file. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna launch FBI. Okay, you're gonna go here, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to external save data. You're gonna go to Minecraft, browse user data, options.txt, and you're gonna create a copy of the file that the original file. So you're gonna go to SD. You're gonna find a folder somewhere in here that you can put it in. So this will be a copy of the original file. Now, I already have a pre-modified file, so I can show you the way that I modify the file from my DS without any extra computers or any of that. You can use Notepad++ on a PC to modify this file. This is the way I do it. This way is a bit more complicated, but it can all be done from your 3DS. So, in a way, it removes the step of having to use a computer. So, optionally, you can use a Windows or Mac with Notepad++ to add to the lines of code. So what you're going to do is you're going to find God Mode 9. Go to your SD card, you're going to go to the folder, you're going to go to the options.txt file, you're going to go open in Hex Editor. Now, as you can see, these are all of the settings
that Minecraft currently has. Now, some of them might be a little different because I have a custom file. This might actually be the original file. So, as you can see, the file can be edited and transferred to your SD card. I'll focus so it's easier to see. GFX render distance new. And as you can see, it's at the default value. Now, you can change that to 9 using this. Now, if you use Notepad++, like I have, I'll simply demonstrate that with a separate file in a separate folder. If you open Notepad++, there's an extra line of code that you can add, and there are lines of code you can replace. So, for example, if you take a look at this file, this is my custom file. As you can see, I can set the view distance to 15, the particle view distance to 15, I can set view bobbing to on, and then I can set fancy graphics to 0. I can set transparent leaves to 0. That turns off the fancy graphics settings, which does cause some graphical glitches and some other unknown glitches, but it also increases the performance drastically, as it would on Minecraft Pocket Edition on a low-end device or computer. Now, as you can see, I have fancy skies left on. Field of view, I have that set all the way to the max. And then there's these other random settings. I don't know what they do. Here's the gamma setting. Now, this is a hidden brightness setting. Normally, you can only turn it up to a certain point. Once you've made your modifications, you should just exit. Save and exit. Then you take the, and you have to do this every single time before you start the game. So basically, what you're going to see is, you're going to see it reboot. You're going to watch me copy the change. So there's 2 files. There's one that's the original copy, and then there's the second one that'll be your modified copy. So you want to make 2 copies in 2 separate folders. So what you're going to see me do here is you're going to see me go to my external save data. You're going to watch me go to Minecraft, you're going to watch me browse, you're going to watch me delete the file, okay? And then you're going to watch me go to SD card, and watch me go to data, which is where I have my custom file. So you click copy, you go back, external save data, Minecraft, browse user data, current directory, paste, yes. And now you can open the game and your settings will take effect. As you can see, I've created my own separate world to test this mod in. Again, I would not recommend using worlds you spent time and effort on. Back up your save file, and remember, this is experimental. Until somebody can figure out how to do this patch automatically and find a way to make sure it has a 100% success rate, purely experimental. I decided to remake the original video because I noticed on Reddit there was a lot of confusion. But as you can see right in front of you, this is direct proof of the settings taking effect. As you can see, these leaves are not transparent. Now, the fog can be taken care of by doing this. I'll quickly demonstrate. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the end and then back to the overworld, and this is a bonus thing that I'm telling you about. All this does is disable the fog, so aka the render distance settings kind of takes effect. Now I have to kill the ender dragon, so I'm not going to show you guys that. Now, I wouldn't recommend turning the render distance and view distance anything higher than 10, because technically this build is based off of an old version of Pocket Edition. But anyways, I had to load another world because a new one crashed for some reason, but you can see the fog isn't there anymore. And the render distance, although isn't 15, it is definitely higher than before. I can see a lot more on my screen. And as you can see, it did take effect to some degree. It isn't perfect. There are glitches. It will crash, but like I said, so if you go to the end and back to the overworld, it disables the fog. So yeah, there you go.